Right now, we're going to talk a little bit about mock drafts. Mel Kiper released another of his mock drafts, and let's take a look at it. The consensus 1 and 2 are Joe Burrow and Chase Young, and then Kiper has the Lions going with Jeff Okudah, the Giants taking the Swiss Army knife defender Isaiah Simmons. Justin Herbert has now jumped ahead of Tua in this mock draft. The Dolphins taking him at 5. Tristan Wirfs, a tackle the Browns are interested in, obviously, off the board at 8. And Jerry Jeudy, outstanding wide receiver, is who Mel Kiper believes the Jaguars will go with at number 9. He has the Browns taking Mekhi Becton, tackle from Louisville. Becton, 6'7", 364 pounds, mammoth guy, big-time run blocker, really athletic, big guy. Some have him ranked as the top tackle in the class. Kiper explains what he likes about him and also some of the things you have to be aware of with Mekhi Becton.
Well, I think that in terms of the first round, it would be Becton, the left tackle. Andrew Thomas from Georgia, his name's going to come up, but it's a little high for me that early. So I think those would be the two possibilities if you look at the offensive tackle spot, Becton or Andrew Thomas. Becton is a guy who is huge and has great feet, and he ran 5.10. Now the thing is going to be his weight. Is his weight going to be at 360, 365? He was with 364 at the combine, or will he be 380, 385? And then all of a sudden he becomes a right tackle, and there are even issues there. So he's got to maintain. The biggest concern with Becton is maintaining the proper weight to maximize all that talent. And if he does, he can be a Pro Bowl caliber left tackle. If he doesn't, it'll be a bit of a disappointment. So that's really up to Mekhi Becton and the organization you go to make ensure that happens. Jedrick Wills is safer because he's a right tackle who I think can play left tackle. It's a guy very athletic. You look at the movement he gets in the run game. He's a key guy for their running game. He very rarely let up any pressures. He keeps that frame between the defensive end and the quarterback. He's a very skilled, very innately smart pass blocker. He just has a knack. He cuts off angles. He's really good. When you watch him on tape, he's impressive. That's why I think he could be a left tackle, even though he didn't play. He's 6'4 plus, 312 pounds. He's got really long arms. He tested well. He's very athletic. So I think the versatility of a guy like Tristan Wirfs that have to play left tackle in a few games when Alaric Jackson got hurt really helped him. And I think it showed some teams that he could maybe be a left tackle. The way Wills played and then the way he tested showed people he could maybe be a left tackle. So, and then you have Andrew Thomas and Becton, who also did play left tackle and played it very well for the most part. I mean, Thomas is a little linear. He plays a little high at times, but, coaching will correct that. And so that's why he allowed some inside pressure. Thomas did. Becton's got to keep his weight where it needs to be. I think Josh Jones is intriguing coming out of Houston. Robert Hunt could be a right tackle or guard coming out of Louisiana Lafayette. Jonah Jackson's a guard who's at Ohio State, formerly at Rutgers. I think he's a good football player, as is Tani Moody, if you can stay healthy and durable from Fresno State. But to go to the tackle position, I think there are some guys depth-wise. Like I say, Matt Peart, Connecticut. A guy that I think is very underrated is Tyree Phillips from Mississippi State. 6'5", 330-pounder with incredibly long arms. Love the tape on this kid. He slips. He can slide along. He doesn't lose his balance. He bends. He deals with secondary moves very effectively. I really like Tyree Phillips as a 3rd or 4th round pick. I didn't put him in the 2 in the 2nd round mock. I think that's a little high. But 3rd or 4th round with Tyree Phillips, you're getting yourself a really good bookend.